What up, bitches? It's the MisanthropikOne, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Today, I want to talk about this album right here, Sadistik's latest solo album called Flowers for My Father. Sadistik is an MC from Seattle, Washington, and I first got onto this guy about 1.5 to 2 years ago because my boy Mike was watching videos on demand and he came across a video that Sadistik had just put out with his friend, another MC, Christoph Crane, who some of you might know from that group Face Candy that had Idea and a few other artists in it, but I won't go into all that shit. But yeah, those two put out a joint album. I think it was called Pray for Paralysis. Check that shit out. It's fucking dope. But I went backwards and got Sadistik's other shit, like The Balancing Act and the one he did with another producer called Kid Called Computer. I think it was an EP, like a 6 or 7 track EP or whatever. And I fell in love with his style. He's a dope fucking MC, very abstract, very poetic, and yeah, just I love his style, his voice, everything, his beat selection. He's just fucking ill, man. Check out his shit. The Balancing Act, fucking great album. The one with Kid Called Computer, I don't remember the name of it right now, but it's Sadistik and a Kid Called Computer. That's the producer's name. So they got a little joint EP. Trying to remember if Sadistik has anything else. Oh, the Christoph Crane one, Pray for Paralysis. And yeah, get his previous releases. Those shits are fucking ill if you're a fan of abstract poetic hip-hop. Let's get into some production on this bitch. You have Kid Called Computer, who I previously mentioned. You have Blue Sky Black Death, dope production team there, check them out. You have Eric G, Raised by Wolves, and Andre Kalos. Also, No from the Cunning Linguist produced on here. He produced track 6 called Kill the King, featuring his partner in rhyme, Deacon the Villain. They're both in Cunning Linguists, and for some reason No isn't mentioned in the liner notes, but I remember No being mentioned as being one of the producers on this album before the album came out, and I did a little digging and found out that, you know, he did that track, but it would make sense because Deacon the Villain is on it. So as far as the sound on this album, the sound is very reminiscent of speaking of No. If anybody copped that album by No, Death is Silent, it has that same feel, as an atmospheric feel, ambient feel to the beats. There's even some live instrumentation on here, live drums and guitar and violin on here, I see in the liner notes. And the shit is fucking amazing as far as the sound goes. So if you're into that, it's fucking dope. Features on this album: you have Cage, Yes Alexander, Lot Kessner, Deacon the Villain, I already mentioned him, Child Actor, Astronautatis, I don't even know how to fucking say that, fuck it. And you have Seshi. And all these features, they do their thing on here. I was very happy to hear Cage on here, and I'll get into that more when I talk about the tracks. But you know, how many tracks are there in all? 4, 8, 12, 13 tracks. Some of these features are doubled up. So these features are spread apart evenly. You get enough Sadistik to make you understand his style, enough Sadistik to hold you over. You know, it's not a shitload of features on here, so shout out to the features. Let's talk about a few tracks on this fucking album. Album starts off dope with Petrichor, and moves on to track 2, Russian Roulette, featuring Cage and Yes Alexander. Love this track. There's a video for it. I'll post up the link down there. You go check it out. Yes Alexander comes through, laces the hook. Sadistik does his fucking thing, kills his fucking verse. Cage comes in and delivers a great verse. You know, I wish that I could have heard Cage rap like this on his last full length. But you know, I've talked about this before. You know, he's getting back into that, his whole darkness and all that shit. He's finding I guess you could say, like, balanced ground, I guess, if you want to call it that. But his verse was kind of dope on here. And let me speak on some of these tracks. A lot of these tracks, I really don't know the inner meaning for some of them, and that's what keeps me coming back. I've mentioned this with artists like A$AP Rock. I love that about certain artists. Like, I dig so deep just trying to find out what some of these hidden messages mean, or just the definitions of these songs. And to this day, I still don't know. And that's the same shit with this album right here. Snow White, dope track. That, I believe he's talking about drug use. I think specifically cocaine, just based on the title alone and some of his idioms and rhymes. I think he's talking about drug use there. I think it's pretty safe to say that. Not saying he's a drug addict, but he might know somebody that does all that shit. Track 5 is called The Beast. He says in the beginning of that track, he's talking about feeling ugly. I'm still trying to decipher some of the lyrics in that one. And I guess if it is called a beast, it's about feeling ugly, not only physically, but also internally. So I don't want to speak for Sadistik, but I guess, you know, just from some of the lyrics, that's what I got from it. One last track I would like to mention on here is Michael. And Michael is referring to Michael Larson, aka Idea. And y'all already know, y'all watch my channel. He's an MC that died a few years back, and very talented battle MC. Put out a few albums, and apparently over the years, Sadistik and Idea got close, and possibly because of Christoph Crane's relationship with Idea through Face Candy or whatever. But definitely an emotional track. I just found out that there's an official video for it, so I'll post up the link for that down there as well. Go watch that shit. And that's it. A lot of these tracks, like I said, I'm still trying to determine what the definitions are. Sadistik, if you're watching this, please let me know. Break it down for me. I love your fucking music. And this is a great album. Oh, by the way, Flowers for My Father. This album is fully dedicated to Stephen Foster, who is Sadistik's father, who passed away a few years back as well. So rest in peace, Stephen Foster and Idea. And that's it. My rating of this album right here, I would give it like an 8 to 9. Great album. Love it. It's in constant rotation. I listen to this damn near almost every day, if not every other day, because I'm still trying to pick the shit apart and decipher the lyrics, like I said. So good job, Sadistik. Guys, get out there, pick this shit up. You will not be disappointed. shout out Sadistik, Fake 4. By the way, if there was a subscriber I had a few years ago that kept hounding me to do Fake 4 shit, kept messaging me privately and shit, I hope you're satisfied now. For the thousandth time, I only do shit that appeals to me. This is my fucking channel. If you want to talk about all the motherfuckers on Fake 4, go right ahead. But this is my channel. I like Sadistik, so I'm gonna fucking shout him out and review his shit. And another thing, as I was listening to this album, I would just like to say, Sadistik, if you're watching this, you need to holler at my man Genghis Khan. And Genghis Khan, I know you're gonna be watching this. You need to holler at Sadistik, because while I was listening to this, it just came in my head. I could so picture you two having some type of collaborative EP, at least a collaborative EP, because your styles are so similar yet different, but I could see you two meshing together and making a fucking masterpiece. And yeah, I think Sadistik would sound dope over Gemini Lounge beats, and the same with Genghis Khan over No or Blue Sky Black Death. It would just be fucking amazing. So hopefully you two connect due to my video and make a masterpiece. It's just a suggestion, but that's it. Shout out to Genghis Khan, by the way. And that's it. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe, support dope ass shit, and that's it. Peace, bitches.